As a Yu-Gi-Oh player, when you see this huge rock, that usually means that your big combo has come to an end. This card is the bane of the combo player's existence. When you special summon more than 5 monsters, a primal being token takes all those monsters' places and summons the actual Nibiru on your opponent's side of the field. But what is this giant rock in the sky? When it comes to stories and real-life references into their cards, Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh seem to have their fun. So, what exactly is Nibiru the primal being? Let's take it back to when it all began. Let's introduce you to Nancy Leiter, a woman from Wisconsin who claims that as a girl, she was contacted by gray aliens called Zetans. She claims that they implanted a communication device into her brain. In 1995, she founded the website Zeta Talk to discuss her ideas. Leiter first came into public attention on internet news groups during the build-up to Comet Hale-Bopp's 1997 perihelion. As a side note, the Comet Hale-Bopp is a comet that was perhaps the most widely observed of the 20th century and is one of the brightest seen for many decades. She stated, claiming to speak as the Zetans, that the Hale-Bopp comet does not exist. She claimed that the Hale-Bopp story was made to distract people from the arrival of a large planetary object known as Planet X, which would soon pass by Earth and destroy civilization. After Hale-Bopp's perihelion revealed it was one of the brightest and longest observed comets of the last century, Leiter removed the first 2 sentences of her initial statement from her website. Leiter described Planet X as about 4 times the size of the Earth and said its closest approach would occur on May 23, 2003, resulting in the Earth's rotation ceasing for exactly 5.9 terrestrial days. This would be followed by the Earth's pole destabilizing in a pole shift, a physical pole shift with the Earth's pole physically moving rather than geomagnetic reversal caused by magnetic attraction between the Earth's core and the magnetism of the passing planet. This in turn would disrupt the Earth's magnetic core and lead to displacement of the Earth's crust. After the 2003 date passed without incident, Leiter said that it was merely a white lie to fool the establishment. She refused to disclose the true date, saying that to do so would give those in power enough time to declare martial law and trap people in cities during the shift, leading to their deaths. Although Leiter originally referred to the object as Planet X, it has deeply become associated with Nibiru, a planet from the works of ancient astronaut proponent Zecharia Sitchin, particularly his book The 12th Planet. According to Sitchin's interpretation of ancient Mesopotamian religious texts, which contradicts conclusions reached by all credited scholars of Mesopotamian history, a giant planet called Nibiru or Marduk passes by the Earth every 3,600 years, allowing its sentient inhabitants to interact with humanity. Sitchin identified these beings with the Anunnaki in Sumerian mythology and claimed that they were humanity's first gods. Leiter first made the connection between Nibiru and her Planet X on her site in 1996. Quote, "Planet X does exist, and it is the 12th planet, one and the same," end quote. Sitchin, who died in 2010, denied any connection between his work and Leiter's claims. Now let's talk about some of the conspiracy theories. Many believers in the imminent approach of Planet X or Nibiru accuse NASA of deliberately covering up visual evidence of its existence. Polls have suggested that many perceive NASA as a vast government agency that receives as much funding as the Department of Defense. In fact, NASA's budget amounts to roughly 0.5% of that of the US government. One such accusation involves the IRAS Infrared Space Observatory launched in 1983. The satellite briefly made headlines due to an unknown object that was at first described as possibly as large as the giant planet Jupiter and possibly so close to Earth that it would be part of this solar system. This newspaper article has been cited by proponents of the Nibiru cataclysm, beginning with Leiter herself, as evidence for the existence of Nibiru. However, further analysis revealed that of the several initially unidentified objects, 9 were distant galaxies and the 10th was galactic Sirius. None were found to be solar system bodies. In 2008, Mike Brown said that Nibiru was the most common pseudoscientific topic he was asked about. Let's talk about scientific rejection of Nibiru. Astronomers reject the idea of Nibiru and have made efforts to inform the public that there is no threat to Earth. They point out that such an object so close to Earth would easily be visible to the naked eye and would create noticeable effects in the orbits of the outer planets. Most photographs purporting to show Nibiru beside the sun are lens flares, false images of the sun created by reflections within the lens. An orbit like that of Nibiru within our solar system is inconsistent with the way that space works. NASA space scientist David Morrison explains that after just one previous flyby of Earth, such as they claim happened in Sumerian times, Earth itself would no longer be in its current near circular orbit and would likely have lost its moon. If Nibiru were a brown dwarf, it would have even worse effects, as brown dwarfs are far more massive. Since Pluto is now frequently observed by backyard telescopes, any giant planet beyond Pluto would easily be observed by an amateur astronomer, and if such an object existed in our solar system, it would have passed through the inner solar system a million times by now. So that was quite the journey. I love that this card has such a deep real-life reference. I loved doing the research for this video and learning so much more than I thought I would when I was initially working and planning out this video. If you enjoyed the video, drop a Nibiru on the like button and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Also check out my streams on Twitch and follow me on Twitter. Everything is at What's Up Nate. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next video.